Hey guys, Glock 42. Well, let's build the Tamiya Matilda Mark III/4 Red Army tank. Fairly new release from Tamiya. Looks like fun. Considering the last two builds that I've just stalled out on and put back in the box, let's get on these. Typical nice Tamiya artwork. Comes with figures. Just a quick little inbox. Really doesn't matter what the parts look like. It's all about how they fit. Two figures, the turret, link-to-link tracks, which is nice, and just typical new modern Tamiya. So let's get building. Little note, gentlemen. Parts 74 and 75, don't glue them on at this step. These are your tensioning devices for your tracks. Leave them off until you are ready to put your tracks on. Put them on, tighten your tracks up, then you'll be good to go. You won't have to worry about being a quarter link out or half a link out and not having enough space. Leave those off. Right now, lower haul is coming along just fantastic. Okay, the suspension components are all built. They went together awesome, typical Tamiya. Nice, simplified build, but still very detailed. I can just imagine what a nightmare these tracks would be if, say, Dragon or AFV Club put them together. I'm sure they'd be 30 pieces a piece. But as it stands now, the main bogey wheel, the main assemblies of these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. So yeah, they go together really nice. I think the fiddliest part of this build so far has been putting these little road wheels together. But the springs look good, everything looks good, and you're not going to see virtually any of the suspension on this kit anyway. So, alright, we've pretty much got the running gear all ready to roll. And we are ready for tracks. Total build time, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours with paint. And paint is Vallejo Surface Primer Black and Vallejo Surface Primer UK Bronze Green. I'm not sure if it's 100% accurate, but you know what? It's accurate enough for me. I mean, you're going to tell me that's the wrong shade of green for a Soviet tank that went to fight, or British tank that went to fight in the Soviet Union in 1942, that's the wrong color. Okay. Whatevs. But there we go, boys. Tracks are next, and we'll see how they go. So the tracks are a little bit fiddly. Each one consists of two parts, the outer and the inner, and each side you need 69, so there's a lot of cutting, fiddling, and clean up. So we've got all of these made up for one side. Now we're just doing the inners, which take a little bit more because there is 3 mounting points per small one of these, and there's only 2 mounting points for one of these larger ones, so there is quite a bit of cleanup. So be prepared for some fiddly business on the tracks. Okay, these tracks are kind of fiddly mofos. I've got the 69 done for the side, and to me has you putting them together like that, like, you know, having you putting them in and then putting them down and snapping them down. That's ridiculous. It's almost impossible. So better off to put them on their back and then just slide them in until they all fall fucking apart. Okay, let's try this again. I'm doing this here standing up there, just like that. And these aren't the easiest SOBs to put together. There are times for single link tracks and like, you know, one piece tracks, rubber band tracks. And considering how little of the tracks you see in these, rubber band tracks may not have been such a bad thing, but these are nicely detailed, but they are fiddly as F. Not as bad as Tacom's M14 Armada, but still, this is 69 track lengths is taking me almost 2.5 hours. So the tracks have taken me longer than the entire lower haul has, but it'll be worth it. Okay, we have got the upper hull on. Going together really nicely. No problems whatsoever. Curious to see how well these two inserts fit. That's coming up shortly. Okay, fitting on these engine covers can be a little bit confusing. Just pay real close attention to the instructions and you should be okay. However, fitting the exhaust pipes, these are asbestos wrapped exhaust pipes, a little bit fiddly. So follow the instructions and take real care. The seam right there and the seam right there aren't great, and it is fiddly trying to get this one back in behind. So just take your time, follow the directions, and you should be able to get away without any putty. I'm thinking I may need a tiny little bit in there, but there is a seam running underneath this exhaust pipe, but you'll never see it, so why waste the time? Now, fitting on the Pioneer tools, the extra tracks, they went on no problem, and I was a little worried about fitting these extra pieces in. They snapped right in. Not really super great fit along the inside of the fenders right in here, but a little bit of a pull, a little bit of a tug, and some fast hot glue, and they worked all right. These outside outside pieces here, the back fits really good. These are just a little bit proud, so these don't fit right here all that fantastic. You know, it is what it is. It's probably a lot simpler than, say, if Dragon would have tried to put this kit together. But it's nicely detailed, and it's not quite shake the box and a kit falls out, but it's pretty damn close. Okay, the decals on these Matilda are really nice. They are typical thick Tamiya decals, but go figure, they respond just fantastically with Tamiya Mark Fit. And they do give you lots of extras, so there's lots of Soviet slogans on that decal sheet that you can use for other kits. You know what, surprisingly for Tamiya decals, fantastic.